Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. I was covering the Hindu Marriage Act 1955. I have already done one session on this, that is on section number 1 and 2, basically to understand who is Hindu as per Hindu Marriage Act 1955. This is the second session which is covering section number 3, which deals with definitions. Now remember, this is an important session when it comes to Hindu Marriage Act 1955 because there are many concepts like the Sapinda Relationship or Prohibited Decree of Relationship. To understand all this, you need to understand section number 3 very clearly, the definitions part. Then you can understand sections like 5 where we are discussing the conditions or essentials for Hindu marriage. So it's very important that you understand this session very clearly so that your future readings or study remains good. I have a guest here.
Hey guys, subscribe my father channel.
That's my son. Please subscribe my channel for more videos on Hindu Marriage Act as well as many other legal aspects. Now moving on, the definitions part starts with customs and usage. Guys, remember that customs and usages are very important when it comes to Hindu laws. Not only Hindu Marriage Act, for any law related to Hindu, we are giving high importance to the customs and usage part. So it is very essential that you know the meaning of customs and usage. The expression customs and usage signify any rule which having been continuously and uniformly observed for a long time has obtained the force of law among Hindus in any local area, tribe, community, group or family. So what you need to remember is it should be continuously followed, it should be uniformly followed, and it should be followed for a long time, and it should cover certain aspects in a way that is practiced for so many years. All those stuff need to be considered when we are saying that this is a custom. Just because somebody practiced something for 1 and 2 years, we cannot say this is customs. Or something was practiced 50 years back continuously. From 50 years we have practiced this, but 10 years back we have stopped following that custom, and then if we are restarting it, that cannot be considered as custom because it should be continuous also. So all the aspects are very important. It should be certain, it should be continuous, it should be followed for a long time, and it should be followed uniformly by everyone. When I say everyone, for a local area or tribe or community or group or a family, for the group that we are talking should have followed it for a particular time with a similar way. That's on customs. Provided that the rule is certain and not unreasonable or opposed to public policy, and provided further that in the case of a rule applicable only for a family, it has not been discontinued by the family. Now it should be reasonable. It should be reasonable for the public policies or laws. For example, now Sati Sagamana system was there in India for so many years. It was followed continuously, uniformly among certain group of people, certain region, and they knew how exactly to perform. Everything was there. But when Rajaram Mohan Rai started opposing Sati Sagamana system on the basis of morality and not as per the public policy and other stuffs, it got eliminated. So it is not necessary that just because something is followed for a long time continuously with certain practice and certain region or community accepting it, it will take okay mark. No, it can be declined also. So you need to remember that part when you are going with customs. Now the second part, that is 3b, is dealing with district court. Now you need to understand what is district court when you are reading the Hindu Marriage Act. The act says district court means in any area for which there is a city civil court, that court, and in any other area the principal civil court or original jurisdiction, and includes any other civil court which may be specified by the state government by notification in the official gazette as having jurisdiction in respect of the matter dealt with this act. So remember, there is this 1984 onwards, we started getting family codes. Now the district court also needs to be read as family code to ensure that the matters related to divorce and other stuffs are handled structurally. So you can add family code when you are writing district code. Now I am not focusing too much on this because the section number 19 gives more detail on the court. The section 19 handles with jurisdiction of courts. So there I will explain in detail how exactly to read 3b of Hindu Marriage Act. Now, when it comes to district court, there is one interesting case, that is T. Sarita versus T. Venkata Subbaya, AR 1983 AP 356. So, this T. Sarita versus T. Venkata Subbaya is a very important case when it comes to Hindu Marriage Act, because this can be a reference for 3b, and then the section number 9 where we are studying restitution of conjugal rights, that case, and then the section number 19 and how the restitution of conjugal rights is challenged with the fundamental rights. All those stuff can be understood with this case. And remember, T. Sarita was a famous film actress. So this case is very interesting and very important when it comes to Hindu Marriage Act. I will brief this case when I am doing maybe the section number 9 or section number 19, conjugal rights or the jurisdiction. But for now, I am moving to the next definition, that is full blood and half blood. Now, this is an interesting topic. Now, if someone asks you how many types of blood you know, you may say AB positive, B positive, O positive, negative, all the stuff you can say. But when it comes to Hindu Marriage Act, there are 3 types of blood: full blood, half blood, and uterine blood. Now, how a full blood relationship is formed: a father or a husband and wife having a son, and then the same husband and wife having another daughter. Now the relationship between that son and daughter is brother sister, and they are full blood relatives because they are coming through the same father and mother. Now half blood is easy. If father is married to a second woman, now he has 2 wives and he has one son from his first wife and a daughter from his second wife. Now that brother sister relationship between the first wife son and second wife daughter is half blood relatives because they are from same father but of different mothers. I hope that is clear. The act says full blood and half blood, 2 persons are said to be related to each other by full blood when they are descended from a common ancestor by the same wife, and by half blood when they are descended from a common ancestor by different wives. In the first case, both this son and daughter are from the same father and mother. In the second case, they are having a same father but of 2 different mothers. So that case it becomes half blood. Hope that is clear. Moving on to uterine blood. Uterine blood, on the other hand, if mother has 2 husbands and from the first husband she got a son and from the second husband she got a daughter, now this son and daughter are sharing the uterine blood relationship. They are having a same mother but having different fathers, brings a relationship. This blood relationship is called uterine blood. The acts read, uterine blood, 2 persons are said to be related to each other by uterine blood when they are descended from a common ancestors but by different husband. Explanation in clause C and D. Ancestors include the father and ancestors the mother. Now the next session reads, prescribed means prescribed by rules made under this act. Wherever we are reading the word prescribed, please remember that is prescribed by rules made under this act. Now for example, who is Hindu? We have to read section 2 of this act to understand who is Hindu, and we have to go according to the definition given there. That's what is prescribed means. Now moving on, Sapinda relationship. The 3F is dealing with Sapinda relationship. There are two major parts. First, I will read through, and I hope my image there helps you to understand what exactly is Sapinda relationship, what extent it is continued as Sapinda relationship. You must be aware that among Hindus there is something called Pindadan. When somebody dies, we do Pindadan. On the basis of Pindadan, if there is any relationship is forming in the ascent of some person, that relationship is considered as Sapinda relationship. Whoever can do Pindadan among the ascent, they become the Sapinda relatives, and that is the meaning of Sapinda relationship. Now let me read through. Sapinda relationship with reference to any person extends as far as the third generation, inclusive in the line of ascent through the mother, and the fifth inclusive in the line of ascent through the father, the line being traced upwards in each case from the person concerned, who is to be counted as the first generation. Now in my chart, start from the bottom. P is the person whom I am talking about. So for him, Sapinda relationship from mother side is mother and her one more ascent. So mother and grandmother. But in the case of father, P becomes number 1, and then his father is 2, and father's father is 3, father's father's father is 4, and father's 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 father is standing at 5. Up till then, all the relatives are called Sapinda relationship from father's side. So now from mother side, the person plus 2, and father side, the person plus 4 is Sapinda relationship. So two persons are said to be Sapinda of each other if one is lineal ascendant of the other within the limits of Sapinda relationship, or if they have a common lineal ascendant who is within the limits of Sapinda relationship with reference to each of them. Now I think the concept is very crisp and clear here with the chart I have brought in. This is very important. Sapinda relationship and the next concept that I am covering, that is prohibited degree of relationship, are very important when it comes to the essentials of Hindu marriage, or what is required for a valid Hindu marriage, which I am covering in my next session. So please be alert when I am explaining this and the next one. I hope Sapinda is clear now. I am moving on to the prohibited degree of relationship, which is covered in 3G. Now, degrees of prohibited relationship, two persons are said to be within the degrees of prohibited relationship if one is a lineal ascendant of the other. Guys, first I am reading to the act, and then I am taking you to the next slide, which very clearly helps you to understand who are the prohibited degree relationship. Okay, first let me help you taking through the act, and then I will explain easily in the next slide. Now if one is lineal ascendant of the other, if one was the wife or husband of a lineal ascendant or descendant of the other, if one was the wife of the brother or of the father's or mother's brother, or of the grandfather's or grandmother's brother of the other, or if the two are brother and sister, uncle and niece, aunt and nephew, or children of brothers and sister, or of two brothers or of two sisters. All these relationships are coming under prohibited degree of relationship. I am sure you must be calculating who is who now. Don't worry, don't do any calculation, don't try to put any chart, because in the next slide I have very clearly given who and all are coming in prohibited degree as far as men is concerned as well as women is concerned. And remember, this is very important when you are writing section number 5, which is dealing with essential requirement for Hindu marriage. So I will try rebrief there, but if you are understanding here, you can save time when you are studying section number 5. Now there is one interesting case of Ashok Kumar versus Jayendra Nath on prohibited degree relationship, where court held that there cannot be any marriage in the case of prohibited degree relationship. Now explanation for the purpose of clause F and G. Clause F, remember, Sapinda relationship, and for G prohibited degree of relationship includes relationship by half or uterine blood as well as by full blood. Please remember, when they are saying relationship between two person, it can be of full blood, it can be of half blood, or it can be of uterine blood. Any kind of relationship is considered. Number 2, illegitimate blood relationship as well as legitimate. Now the child status is legitimate or illegitimate, that cannot be considered. Both of them should be considered for this. And relationship by adoption as well as by blood. The son or daughter may be of their own or they have adopted, that doesn't matter. Once they come into the family, they will be considered as per the family chart. and all terms of relationship in those clauses shall be constructed accordingly. This is what they are saying in the explanation when they are completing F. So G, sorry. So this is applicable for both 3F, which is Sapinda relationship, and 3G, which is talking on prohibited degree of relationship. Now the last slide I'll help you who and all are coming in prohibited degree of relationship. You can take screenshot of all the slides for your note purpose, because the moment you take this much of notes for section number 3, you are done, because you cannot write anything more than this, and I have given sufficient material for 10 marks question also, because when you are writing customs can be taken minimum 2 pages, and rest of the things very small, and then again Sapinda and prohibited degree of relationship you can write in length, and Sapinda and prohibition of prohibited degree of relationship again will come in section number 5 when I am dealing with essentials or conditions for Hindu marriage. Now let's understand prohibited degrees for men whom he cannot marry when we are dealing with section number 5, or the prohibited degrees are mother, daughter, father's mother, mother's mother, son's daughter, daughter's daughter, sister, wife's mother, wife's daughter, father's. Now when I'm saying wife's mother, wife's daughter, okay, wife's daughter, see, this can be a second marriage, so he must be having she must be having a daughter from her first marriage. Now can a man marry the daughter of his wife's first marriage? No, that is prohibited degree. That is how it is, it should be read, wife's daughter. Like father's wife, son's wife, father's wife, again when I am saying there is already mother, you must be thinking who is this father's wife again. So if his mother is dead, and if father or dead or alive or divorced for anything, if his father is married again, that lady becomes stepmother, but the son cannot marry her, that is father's wife. So then son's wife, father's wife, that is grandfather's wife, and mother's father's wife, then wife's father's mother, wife's mother's mother, wife's son's daughter, wife's daughter, son's wife, daughter's son's wife, father's sister, mother's sister's uncle, and all are coming now, brother's daughter and sister's daughter. When you see this relationship, you already know you cannot marry these people, but law is defining all this relationship as prohibited degree of relationship. The word prohibited degree of relationship gives you like something seriously big is coming, but nothing big is coming. This is all you have seen on your routine life, daily thing. You know, these people need to be treated as family members and very close to us, and they need to be respected. They cannot be viewed as our life partners in any ways. But law, by defining them prohibited degree and some critical words in the previous slide, you might be feeling, oh, this is tough. No, you go through this slide and you will understand, realize that this is not tough. But when you read the law language, it looks tough, but not really. So you can read this all and try by heart the previous page where they have given the this G 1 2 3 4, that part if you can write in the exam, excellent. Or you can give few examples of this and say prohibited degree of relationship is this, because in law it is very important that what you understood about the concept, neither writing the same language. With that I am concluding this lecture, but remember section 3, there can be independent questions on full blood, half blood, uterine blood. You can be prepared for this, and there can be a question on district court. You can write T Sarita case and you can connect section number 19 there, and then there can be a question on customs and usage, independent question which is useful for all the acts, all the laws pertaining to the Hindus. And then you have Sapinda relationship and prohibited degree of relationship. Both are very important under section 3. They can be independent question or they can be covered under section number 5, where the conditions or essentials for Hindu valid marriage is covered. So with that I am taking break for this session. All the very best for your exams, and subscribe my channel. Please share the videos and like my videos and watch more for more videos on legal aspects. Thank you and all the very best.